UFC Fight Night Cannonier versus Rodrigues just took place, and I'm going to go through all the fights that just happened, prelims to the main event, give you my breakdown and recap on this entire card, tell you how I did on predictions and all of that fun stuff. We see my record in the corner, I'll update by the end of this video. First thing I want to point out is that I actually had work today and I missed the first couple of prelims. I do see the results though, and I saw the end clips of how those fights ended. Let's just start right away with Julia Avila versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. I picked Jacqueline Cavalcanti by decision. That's exactly what happened. Julia Avila retired, I saw. Good for her. I don't think anyone cares. Moving on. Walter Walker, who I picked to beat Dontel Mays, he did just that, and he did it fast. A minute, 17 seconds in. He got another heel hook. He has back-to-back heel hook wins in the UFC. That's actually insane. That also just proves how low of a competition these heavyweights he's fighting are. He's not bad. Like, I would like to see him go up the rankings. You know, heavyweight is very not skilled. So, Walter Walker, we could see what he could do. You know, give him a tougher matchup. Let him try to get the rankings. I wouldn't mind it. Vince Morales versus Elijah Smith. Now, I didn't really get to see this one, but I do see on the little stats they posted, total strikes and significant strikes were very, very close. Elijah Smith had one more takedown. This whole fight seemed very close. I don't know who won each round. I don't know what the judges scored it, but Elijah Smith did get the decision win, again, which I predicted. Very cool. I think he looked pretty good on the Contender Series, and this was, of course, his debut, so good for him. Glad he got it done. Now, this is the first fight I got to see a glimpse of. I didn't see the first round, but I do know Gabriel Bonfim looked really good. I went with Chaos Williams in this one. It was a long shot, and it proved to backfire on me. I thought he was going to be able to catch him, but he did not. Gabriel Bonfim looked really good on the feet. His grappling was insane. He was clearly just more precise and more clean today than Chaos Williams. And in the second round, he got a choke on Chaos Williams, and it looked like Chaos was just going to tough it out, but he ended up blacking out. He passed out. They had to call the fight. It was tough, but Gabriel Bonfim was on his way to a decision win, if not for that. So, good for him. He looked good in this fight. Definitely better than I've seen him in a while. He landed 4 out of 5 takedowns. That's pretty impressive. Outstruck Chaos Williams and got the finish. That's honestly like such a big win on your resume. I'm interested to see what they do next for Gabriel Bonfim. He looked really good. Rafael Estevam versus Jesus Aguilar. I picked Rafael Estevam. He got it done by decision. Flyweight. Jesus Aguilar looked so tiny. Like, actually so tiny. Estevam won the first 2 rounds, and Aguilar won the third. He landed 10 out of 13 takedowns. I think... Now, hear me out. I think I could stuff more takedowns. I don't think I'd get taken down 10 times. I'm a big dude, but like... I don't know, man. I don't know. 3 significant strikes for Rafael Estevam. Jesus Christ. Okay, moving on. Angela Hill versus Caitlin Souza. I went Caitlin Souza, but I did mention that these are the fights that Angela Hill wins, and she did. Predicting women's MMA is like near impossible, and I honestly thought Souza could have had rounds 2 and 3, but who am I? To be fair, I was only half paying attention to this fight, as probably were all of you. That also makes Angela Hill 18 and 14. Nice. Connor Matthews versus Joseph Delgado. I went Delgado and he smashed it. He got a super quick first round finish, put Matthews out, got the TKO. He was a huge favorite and for good reason. He looked great in the few moments we saw, and I'm really glad he got it done, simply because Connor Matthews came out to the most ear-piercing music I've ever heard in my life. I don't know what was going on, but I was like, hello, what's going on here? And he got starched, so serves him right. Rodolfo Vieira versus Andre Petroski. This one made my hairline recede. Oh, God, I picked Rodolfo Vieira to get a submission. I thought, Petroski's okay on the ground. He's better on the feet than Vieira. Still not good. He's not a good fighter. Vieira, I think it's the inactivity, but he looked okay. I thought this fight was close. Vieira just couldn't get him on the ground. Petroski's takedown defense was a lot better than I thought, and Vieira's striking was a lot better than I thought. It was like very much not at all what I thought this fight was going to be. Went to decision. Petroski got it. Whatever. Petroski was a big underdog, so I wasn't in the minority here picking Vieira, and he just didn't get it done. I wasn't mad at the decision. Again, I just don't think Petroski's that good, so it was kind of frustrating. Ishmael Bonfim versus Nazim Sadikov. Oh my God. I picked Bonfim, and in the first, Bonfim was landing such good calf kicks. He literally was spinning Sadikov around. His counters looked lightning quick. He looked so much faster than Sadikov. He would counter beautifully and then charge in and land a nice combo. He was literally evading every strike. He looked flawless. Flawless. Until he got cracked by a beautiful question mark head kick from Sadikov. It cut open his right eye, and, he was rocked really bad. He had wobbly legs. Luckily, he got a clinch up against the cage. He survived the first round. Everything's fine. Bonfim's going to recover. He's going to masterclass him in the second and third. Oh, doctor stoppage. Are we kidding? Nazim Sadikov got the win. Personally, not coping. I thought Bonfim was absolutely lighting him up and looked amazing in this fight until that moment. But it is MMA, and that happens, One strike is all it takes. It was just frustrating because I was like, he survived, and then he did it. It was a very diabolical ending to this fight, and I'm forever mad about it. Anyways, moving on. Edmund Shabazian versus Dylan Budka. This went the way I expected it. Edmund went out there and schooled Budka very early in the first round. He pulled back out of the way of Budka charging in and landed a beautiful right, dropped him, made Budka do the Harlem Shake, and he got on top, reigned ground and pound, TKO win. It was beautiful. Edmund Shabazian, he's dangerous in the first round, but when you get past that, he's kind of an idiot, so whatever. Edmund Shabazian got it done. Rest in peace, Dylan Budka. His career is done for sure, because he's like 7-5. I'd be better than that. Calvin Kattar versus Yusuf Zalal. Oh my god. I thought I was going to look like such a genius. I picked Calvin Kattar. I thought I was a genius. I thought he was going to be able to stop the takedowns of Zalal. I thought he was going to be able to keep it on the feet, outbox him. I know Zalal's good. I know his wrestling's good, but I didn't think he was on the same level as like an Aljamain Sterling, which is who we've seen Calvin get lit up by. And I thought, he's good on the feet, but Calvin's better. Calvin didn't even get a chance to show that because Yusuf Zalal just ran away on the outside. He just ran away on the outside of the cage the entire fight. Now, I will give him credit. Yusuf Zalal did what he had to do. He looked good. He was landing beautiful knees. He was clearly quicker. He was landing nice jabs. His entries on takedowns were great, even if he didn't get any of them. 0 for 8. Is that Marab out there or Yusuf Zalal? Anyways, Calvin Kattar went after him in the third round, knew he had to get the knockout. He had situational awareness. He knew he had to get the finish, and he definitely tried. He got that round too. The entire third round, Zalal's just fighting for the cure. He literally was running away, and it was frustrating, and I don't even hate Zalal, and I thought the strategy was fine, but it made me mad because I picked Kattar, and if they actually fought, I'm sure Kattar would have done better, but they didn't fight. Zalal just... God. Anyways, I'm not even going to talk about Zalal's the post-fight interview. He said, and I quote, well, I don't quote, but he said something along the lines of, Calvin Kattar is 100% a Hall of Famer. Buddy, if Calvin Kattar's a Hall of Famer, what am I? I'm a Hall of Famer. Like, there's no chance Calvin Kattar's 100% a Hall of Famer. If 100% means 0, then absolutely. Go crazy. God, that made me mad. I'm moving on. I'm moving on because there's greatness here. Jared Cannonier versus Gregory Rodrigues. I went Jared Cannonier. That was me bowing because I'm a genius, okay? I I had a feeling he was cooked when I saw the size difference at the weigh-ins yesterday. I was like, no good. And then when they went out and went to touch gloves, Rodrigues is like this, and Cannonier's like, literally shaking the entire time. I thought Cannonier was absolutely cooked, and first round, he was, because Gregory Rodrigues dropped him twice, put him down, made him put that puppy down, kill a gorilla, tranquilize. That's what they were doing. But Cannonier got up really quick, recovered well. Obviously, Gregory Rodrigues is a dangerous striker. We all knew that. He has power. Cannonier got up, recovered. He got taken down, but he was very much in the fight in the first round, even being dropped twice. He was swinging some big hooks at him. It was okay. Second round, Gregory Rodrigues went from marching him down like this to going like this and looking dead. He was cooked in the second round, and I was like, I might be a genius. Cannonier looked so much more fresh in the second round. He's had a lot of experience, which I thought was a factor. Gregory Rodrigues went out there and had a lot of output in the first, but still, how are you getting that tired in the second round of your main event? That's crazy work. Cannonier, I thought, looked really good in the second. Gregory was throwing a little bit, but Cannonier landed way better, and I thought it was clearly his round. And then round 3, it was honestly pretty close. They were both swinging back and forth. I was a little nervous. I thought Cannonier was landing bigger shots, but Rodrigues was landing like very accurately. And it was close until it wasn't, because Cannonier dropped Gregory bad with an elbow in the clinch. They were breaking off of a clinch, and he landed a big elbow, cut Gregory even more, landed some insane ground and pound. If there was like 10 more seconds left in that fight, or in that round, sorry, it would have been over. And he kind of proved that, because round 4 starts and he just runs out there and tries to kill Gregory, and he did. RoboCop was eliminated over here because Cannonier just pressured him against the cage, landed big combos, dropped him, and they called it off pretty much immediately because, I mean, he was done. Beautiful performance. I called it. I felt like a super genius because no one was picking Jared Cannonier. To be fair, no one was picking Calvin Kattar, so it kind of evens itself out. I admire myself for my ambition. You know, I went 1 for 2 on ambitious takes here, and I'm happy with it because it was the main event that I got. So, very proud of that pick. Jared Cannonier proves me right, makes me look good. Hit the subscribe button just for that. Anyways, that was UFC Fight Night, Cannonier vs. Rodrigues. It was honestly a pretty good card. Lots of finishes. The main event was a really exciting fight. It was a good card. I mean, it doesn't really do anything for anyone. Like, what's Cannonier going to do? Not retire now? That's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you later. Have a good one.